Trump recently had a Q&A inside of the Oval Office. Now, we know that Trump is the most transparent president of all time. The most transparent president of all time. All right. He takes questions. He does Q&As. He doesn't run from the media. He actually engages with the media. He loves the media. He loves it when you ask him questions. And so I find that to be refreshing. And one of the things that they asked him about was this whole tariff war and everything that was going on with Canada. And so I wanted to share that with you guys because that was a part of the Q&A that I actually seen. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. This was Trump being asked about Canada, a tariff war, and what's the state of it, with everybody in shambles saying, oh my God, I don't know what's going on, what's happening. This is what happened.
Thank you, Mr. President. A representative of Canada, the finance minister, are in town and will meet members of your administration during the day. Any chances that you will ban on the tariffs on aluminum and the ones that are planned for April 2nd?
No.
You are not going to change your mind?
No, not. Look, we've been ripped off for years, and we're not going to be ripped off anymore. No, I'm not going to bend at all. Aluminum or steel or cars, we're not going to bend. We've been ripped off as a country for many, many years. We've been subjected to costs that we shouldn't be subjected to. In the case of Canada, we're spending $200 billion a year to subsidize Canada. I love Canada. I love the people of Canada. I have many friends in Canada. The great one, Wayne Gretzky, the great. Hey, how good is Wayne Gretzky?
Shout out to Wayne Gretzky.
He's the great one. But we have, I know many people from Canada that are good friends of mine. But, you know, the United States can't subsidize a country for $200 billion a year. We don't need their cars. We don't need their energy. We don't need their lumber. We don't need anything that they give. We do it because we want to be helpful, but it comes a point when you just can't do that. You have to run your own country. And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually. If you look at a map, they drew an artificial line right through it between Canada and the US, just a straight artificial line. Somebody did it a long time ago, many, many decades ago, and makes no sense. It's so perfect as a great and cherished state. Keeping "O Canada," the national anthem. I love it. I think it's great. Keep it. But it'll be for the state, one of our greatest states, maybe our greatest state. But why should we subsidize another country for $200 billion? It costs us $200 billion a year. And again, we don't need their lumber. We don't need their energy. We have more than they do. We don't need anything. We don't need their cars. I'd much rather make the cars here. And there's not a thing that we need. Now, there'll be a little disruption, but it won't be very long. But they need us. We really don't need them.
Now, somebody in the chat actually put it correctly. They said, yo, Trump is really serious about this whole 51st state thing. Trump is really serious about this whole 51st state thing. Now, let me make a pitch to my Canadians, and I'm looking at y'all across the border. I can see y'all driving American cars over there. I see the Canadian flag. Can y'all see the Canadian flag over here? Let me see if y'all can see the Canadian flag. Can y'all see the Canadian flag? There's the American flag right there, and the Canadian flag is right behind it. See that? See the Canadian flag over there? As I'm looking at my Canadian neighbors, okay? As I look at my Canadian neighbors, you guys are an awesome place. You're an awesome state. Or at least that's what Trump said, y'all state. You guys have an awesome state, and we love you. But for whatever reason, and this is the reason why dude ain't tripping, we really don't need, you know what we treat Canada like? Canada is like, honestly, it's a really good girlfriend. It's a really, really good girlfriend, but not quite enough quite good enough to actually marry. But you know what? You know what? After dating you for a long time and we have multiple different children together, and I've spent a lot of money on you. I've spent a lot of money on you. And again, I'm trying to make this relatable so you guys can understand exactly where we come from as Americans. I've spent a lot of money on you, and we getting older. And so I want you to come on in and move in. I've let you have your own house for a long time. So you know what? Come on in and move in. I might as well utilize your credit. You know what I'm saying? I might as well take care of business. That's how we kind of see Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all cool, but it's not something that you go out of your way to go to. I've been living here in Detroit for a long time, and we've went over to Canada maybe 3 or 4 times. People will travel all the way over to a completely different country and spend an extended period of time in there. But majority of Detroiters probably has never even been across the Ambassador Bridge, gone down through the tunnel, and probably will never go over the Gordie Howe Bridge to go over there. Look, you see that? You see that Caesars? That's a casino right there. It's a casino right there. That's Caesars Casino. Caesars Casino. But guess what? Guess what? We got 3 casinos literally right up the street. I could see one right there. That's Motor City right there. That's MGM right there down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you know, it's cool to see the casinos and stuff like that, but we got our own realistically, and we got more casinos than y'all. So what Trump is basically saying, and I'm surprised that he said this, I shouldn't be surprised, because this is just the Trump way, but it's not a way that we're used to seeing presidents communicate just so direct and matter of fact. What Trump is basically saying to Canadians is, listen, aren't y'all tired of this liberal party that y'all been subjected to? Aren't you tired of high taxes? Aren't you tired of them making veiled threats that we don't even pay attention to, that they then have to pull back on after we say we're going to do reciprocal tariffs? You guys can't even really protect yourselves. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, listen, we've been subsidizing you, taking care of you, paying for you, and all of this stuff for a long time. At what point are you going to get on board and get yourself together? You're going to still be a rogue agent, right? Because at some point, we're going to have to start cutting y'all off if you're going to be a rogue agent. I've been taking care of you for a long time. You've been living in my places for a long time. I've been subsidizing your lifestyle. And now you're going to sit there and threaten me talking about you going to leave me? No, I'll leave you first. I'll leave you first. You're just my baby mama. I can get another you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be homeless out here. Y'all don't want to be homeless. I'm looking at y'all. I see y'all. Again, I see all of these little dots over there in Canada and people walking across the street and stuff like that. I think that y'all are an awesome country, but you know what I'm saying? Honestly, and again, I'm telling you that the goal of the Trump administration is they want to, Trump is laying it out clearly for y'all, and y'all really not catching it. It's as clear as day. Y'all basically trying to prolong the inevitable. And what we are telling these other people in these businesses, because when Trump talks, he's not talking to Canada, he's not talking to the prime minister, he's not talking to Mexico's Claudia Sheinbaum, he's not talking to any of y'all. He's basically finessing y'all. And what he's telling y'all is that we're really wanting y'all business. We want y'all companies. We want everything that comes along with that. But we don't necessarily care about whether or not y'all come along or not. Y'all can come along. If y'all are going to come along, then you need to pay a membership, because we basically take in and we spend over $20 trillion of the world's resources. And so we are the biggest consumers in the world. And if you want to do business with us, then you're going to have to basically get on board. And in addition to that, we also want y'all companies to come over here and invest inside of the United States of America. That's basically what it is. Nobody, and I mean 0 people. Remember when Canada said that they was going to do surcharges and they was going to cut off the electricity to Michigan and stuff like that? Nobody panicked. You know what we did? We had a good time. 3-1. I'm right here. I'm looking at y'all. 3-1-3 day. We had a good time. We partied. We went ice skating. We went to the Pistons games. We walked downtown. Everything was continuing to go on. Nobody, and I mean absolutely zero people. Zero people. And I love my Canadians. Shout out to all of the people that subscribe to the channel and the bag chasers. You know how many people was concerned in Detroit? You know how many people was actually tripping out? Zero. Nobody flipped out and was like, oh my God, they're going to turn the power out over here. Nobody cared. And when I say nobody, I mean nobody cared. Nobody tripped. Nobody blinked the eye. Nobody was sitting here doing posts calling out, oh, Canada, don't turn up. We was like, that's cool. So what you doing for dinner tonight? You sure you want to go out? What we doing? Let's go get it. We was chilling. We never tripped. So, it's good for y'all. I think that Trump is absolutely right. Shout out to my Canadians. I think that y'all should become, I don't know. Do y'all want Canada as the 51st state though? Anyways,